Hi, I'm Miss Hearn. Let's get started.
Now we're going to talk about when we're given a graph, how do we read information about a function off of the graph? In this case, we're given this graph in MyMathLab. We want to use the graph of f to find the value of f of 2. So what on earth does f of 2 mean? We have some equation for f, but they're not telling us what that equation is. They're giving us the graph instead. Remember that when we plugged into that, we plug in the input x and we got out the output, which was our y value. So this guy is our y value. X is the input, the output is f of x or y. When they ask you to find f of 2, what are they really asking you? They're asking you what is y when x is 2. Or another way of saying that is, if you put in the input 2, what is the y coordinate? Because the input 2 is matched up with the output that goes with 2, f of 2. So we're really looking for that y coordinate. So how do we find it? Well, we go to the x value 2 on our graph here, and we just look up to see what pair of coordinates that matches up with. So that's going to be the coordinate 2 in the x, but look, it's also 2 on the y. So the answer is that f of 2 is equal to 2. Or in other words, it goes through the point 2, 2. Let's look at this one. What is g of 3 equal is the same as asking when x, this is always your x, inside the parentheses, and the y is the whole thing. Our x is 3, we're looking for our y, our g of x. So we look at the graph and we find the x value 3 right here between 2 and 4, and we look down at what's corresponding to that on the graph, that point right there. What are the coordinates of that point? Well, 3 obviously is the x coordinate, that's how we found it, but the y coordinate is -8. So the answer here that we would type into MyMathLab would be -8. All right, now look at this one. This is slightly different. They're not saying what's g of 5, they're saying for what x value is g of x equal to 5. So here they're asking us to find the input, the x coordinate. In other words, we know that there's some pair of coordinates on this graph that has an input of unknown input x. We're looking for that. But the output is 5. The y value is 5. The g of x value is the y value, it's 5. So we're going to go to the y-axis and we're going to look for 5, which is here. And we're going to look across both sides and we see the only point that has a y value of 5 is this guy right here, something 5. What is that something? Well, let's look down here. Oh, it's -8. That's a coincidence that it was the same as in the last problem. That's not always going to happen. All right, so the x coordinate of that point was -8. So the x value that we're looking for, -8.
I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please remember to like it.